Earlier, I pointed toward a tension that is often mislocated. It is usually attributed afterward. Market conditions, timing, people, circumstances. And these are the places pressure is most easily seen, most easily named. And because they're visible, they become the default explanation. But underneath that, something quieter can exist. Pressure that doesn't come from outside the system, but from within it. Not imposed, not introduced, built in. It shows up first in how leaders experience strain. Work moves forward, decisions are made, execution continues, and yet something feels heavier than the situation seems to require. It stays hidden because external explanations are always available. A delay can be explained. A complication can be justified. Attention can be attributed. From the outside, it looks like response. From the inside, something begins to repeat. The same kind of pressure appears in different contexts. A decision feels heavier than expected. And a conversation requires more energy than it should. Over time, a pattern begins to form. Not in what is happening, but in how it is experienced. The cost is subtle. The cost is not visible disruption. It is persistent weight. Weight that does not map cleanly to external conditions. And it keeps going. Because the system continues to operate. No single moment interrupts it. No single event exposes it. And over time, the source of pressure becomes harder to locate. What pressure are you attributing outward that may already be built in how you operate? If this was a live session, people would start speaking and patterns would begin to surface. Some would describe recurring tension that appears across different situations. Others would notice how often they explain pressures without reducing it. Someone might recognize that certain decisions feel constantly heavier, regardless of the context. Another might describe how similar situations require same level of effort each time. There'll be stories of leaders who feel externally constrained, but cannot point to a single constraint. Of teams that function well, yet operate under a constant sense of pressure. Some would notice that relief is temporary. A problem resolves, but the weight remains. Others will recognize the same pattern return even when circumstances change. No one would call it internal. They would call it the nature of the work. And over time, that interpretation allows it to continue. The patterns would sound reasonable. That's why they persist. This tension doesn't need to be resolved right here. And it does not require you to locate it precisely. You can carry it back with you without assigning it anywhere. Just notice where pressure remains even when conditions shift. And let whatever belongs to that become visible in its own time.